Welcome back to another week of M3 Merge Ministry Mostly. I'm Daniel.
And I'm Luke.
And we are officially back.
Officially.
We tried to come back last week, but we only half the team showed up. Actually, the whole team
I'm about
showed
to say
up.
that. I was here. I just had to leave.
We had to leave early. So this week, we are all things kids camp. And we will say it at the beginning and the end. If you would like to support the ministry, we could use your help. We need finance support. We need spiritual prayer support. You can also shoot us an email, and if you would like to buy things, I know we need a computer that's coming up here. We need some drum cymbal shields. I guess it wouldn't be drum cymbal. It would be cymbal. No, well, so they have the little round things that you just put in front of the cymbals that you don't have to put the whole drum shield up.
I didn't know that that's what that was for. I thought those were just like decoration. I thought it was like to make it look cute as it's over there, you know.
No, so we had a new sound guy
Serves
this year.
the purpose. That's great.
Scott Schuster.
Schuster.
I asked him, I was like, hey, look, you see what we have, what's something? And he said that's something that we need. So if you would like to do that, there are things that we need, we know coming up for next year. So you can email us mergeministry12@gmail.com. You can comment on the podcast that you listen to. If you go to the website, merge-ministries.com, there's a tab that says donate. You can look to see how you can donate, where you can mail a check, how you can send money into us. And we'd appreciate it.
We would greatly appreciate it.
So we're going to celebrate, kind of. It'll be kind of celebrating, kind of looking back at some things with all things kids camp.
The first thing on here is not a celebration at all.
Yeah, there were some non-celebrations at the beginning of camp. But we're going to talk about it all, the good, the bad, the fun.
It is a celebration in the end. It just didn't feel like it in the moment.
No, it was 100% not. The first thing, not. There's no celebration in the end. So we, as Merge, do not have our own vehicles.
So if you want to donate a vehicle.
Yeah, a whole vehicle.
And not only just donate the vehicle, but sign up for all required maintenance. We would gladly accept.
Yeah, so we have to borrow vans, which Somerville is gracious enough to let us borrow vans to use, and we take what we can get.
Oh, yeah.
And up to this year, it's worked out great.
So this is a slightly older van. It's not super old, and it actually doesn't have as many miles on it as I thought it did. It's in, by comparison to the other two vehicles that we have, it's definitely the redheaded stepchild. Doesn't get the love and attention that it requires.
100%. I would think this van is at least 20 years old.
It's not.
No?
Surprisingly, no, it is not. So, with that being said, the kids ride up on the bus.
Right.
Our wonderful youth pastor drives them up every year. And then we have a couple that drive in vehicles on their way up.
Yeah.
So, we don't need, but all we need is the bus. So, we have 2 15-passenger vans. One is one of those Ford Transit. It's awesome. That I drive.
That's a great one. Yeah, that you drive. Yes.
And then there's a more stereotypical, snatcher van looking.
Or church van. Just normal 15-passenger church van.
That Daniel drives. And every year you crank it up and it doesn't blow cold until you get going. So this year, after, we get it out, we realized the outside was kind of dirty.
Kind of.
So it got pressure washed. It was cleaned up, sparkling, looking nice for Daniel. And then we got on the road, and he was like, look, it's not blowing cold. And I was like, once you get moving, it will.
Yeah.
I was like, you've been in the city.
He said, give it an hour.
I said, you've been in the city. You just got to give it a little bit of time. You know what I mean?
An hour.
An hour.
The drive's only 2.
So we get to our first stop in Alex City, and well, actually, that's not really true. You told me long before we get to our first stop in Alex City.
Yeah, long before.
But when Daniel finally gets to, our first stop in Alex City, his whole back is a whole different color than the front of his shirt.
Yes, there was no AC in the van.
Not at all.
Not at all.
Not like
No,
it was
I
blowing.
didn't tell you. We knew that before we
I know.
left town.
I know, but I told you it was
Give
going to
it
pick
He
up.
said, "Give it an hour." So we
It's
stopped
going to
for
pick up.
we stopped for lunch in an hour and turned the van off, but it never came on.
No, it didn't.
So we had some students in our van because at Glenwood we said, if you don't want to ride in this van, you can get in the other van. This don't have air conditioning. 3 of the guys got out. 3 of the guys stayed in. They were troopers. They said, we're going to ride till we go. Coming back, only one of them rode in the van coming back. Well, we'll get to coming back because coming back, there was another issue with the van. So leaving Glenwood.
Beggars can't be choosers.
Yeah, this is where it started. We got ready to leave Glenwood, and Grant goes to get ice in the coolers before. Well, he gets to Glenwood, and there's water all in the back
just
of his truck.
pouring out of his truck.
Yes, all over. So we started to look, and one of the coolers did not have a plug on the little cap.
Yeah.
So melted ice, water just running everywhere. So then we were like, well, everybody can go ahead. We'll send you on up the road, and me and Grant will run to the church. We'll get another plug or whatever you call that thing, and then we'll be on our way.
Yeah. Too easy.
Too easy, right?
Too easy.
So we do that. We go to the church, find the plug, and coming out of the church, you kind of skip across the highway, maybe illegally. You
I was
skip
about to say, I
across the
don't know if
highway.
we should be saying this out loud on the podcast.
But you kind of go across the highway, but you got to go up probably about 20 feet up the highway then to get to the next cut across. But anyway, so I go.
It's designed for it to work the opposite way.
Right. Right.
It's not designed the way we utilize
Right.
it.
It's not designed for me. It's designed for the funeral home probably across that. Anyway, so then I go and I take off, and you go through a red light. You go up a hill, and I get to the top of the hill, maybe 100 yards from the church, maybe a little bit more, and I don't see Grant. So I call, and I'm like, hey, man, where you at? And he said, I just made it through the light, which is maybe 50 yards from the church. He said, and my car won't go. I said, what do you mean?
I pushed the gas and it won't go forward.
I pushed the gas. It made a clunk, 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 clunk. And come to find out, it's a new vehicle. I think maybe had 12,000 miles on it. Probably didn't even have 12,000 miles on it. Transmission went out.
Oh my!
He pushed the gas. Something didn't work. Transmission goes out. So it's him, his fiance, and another guy standing. And they made it to a parking lot. So I turn around in the non-air conditioned van and go back. And we probably are, 30 minutes behind y'all now?
Yeah, easy.
So they had to figure that out. And they figured it out. And we get on our way. And then we drive for 2 hours with no air conditioning. Yeah.
When you're really hot, your emotions sometimes get elevated.
Yeah.
You get aggravated easier.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
it's a lot easier to be irritated by things. I felt like you handled that really well. You only seem to channel your anger and aggravation to me, and that was it. You didn't let it slip off into nobody else. So I think you handled that really well. It's 1,000% my fault. You was hot as a mug.
Yes. I mean, at that point, I know I have to get to camp. I know we're probably going to need the van. Like, what do? You just got to...
Do you remember
Go
that
with
one
it.
time we borrowed a bus and the tire went flat?
Yes.
And everybody except for me, you and BJ was really angry that we was still sitting on the side of the
Yeah.
road and it's stupid hot. And
They
it's
were
like
mad.
another one of those things, It's like, it is what it is. There's nothing I can do about this. I said I'm sorry, but that don't help you none. I can't help you. I don't know what to do.
I mean, it's just hot. That's all it is.
It's just going to be hot.
So we eventually make it to camp, and the problems do not stop.
Oh, of course.
We get there, and we begin to unload. We have a guy that came down from Tennessee to do the set design. He's got 27 letters, I think we said it was. So he's getting ready to bring the truss down.
I don't think 27 works.
24? I don't know how many they were.
It's 4 letters. Echo.
28 letters, maybe.
28 maybe.
28
I don't think the math works
I don't
for
know.
27.
Uh,
I mean, I'm no math magician.
So he comes down, and he needs to hang it on the truss, and the truss is like way up.
We
above
don't
the
have a
stage.
ladder that will
Yeah,
reach it.
it's real high. So in years past, you hook up a little remote to it,
It's called a pickle, by the way.
a pickle. You push a button, and the truss lowers.
Yeah.
Well, we start looking for the pickle, and come to find out, it is gone.
It's gone.
They have not seen at the camp place, have not seen this device since the beginning of summer, and this is now middle of summer. They have no idea where it is, and there's no way to lower the truss.
I feel like I try my best to be a positive human being and to talk. If I ain't got nothing nice to say, Mom used to say, don't say nothing at all. How you go a whole half of summer and you can't lower the truss? We can't be the first people to say, hey, we would like to drop this thing down.
Apparently, we were. They said we were the only people that.
Apparently, we're the only ones that were jerks, and it's like, no, that's not okay.
They were like, well, there's nothing we can do. And we're like, no,
Well, you're going to have to do
gotta
something
figure
about
out
it.
something. So the people who came and brought the sound and the lights, they were running a little bit behind. So we were thinking, well, maybe they have a solution. So they get there, and this is probably, they were what, hour and a half
Yeah.
late. So we're trying to figure out for an hour or so, what are we going to do? How are we going to get this down? They're looking at us like it's just not coming down. We're looking at them like, no, something's got to change.
Yeah.
Like something's got to happen. So the sound and light people get there, and we think we have the piece, but we don't. They thought they could get it from somebody. It was going to cost. Was it them that said they was
Yeah,
going
it
to
was like
cost
$200, something like that.
$250? They were like, so and so, we know somebody may have one.
Yeah, he comes up to me and says, I think I have a solution for the pickle, but it's going to cost $250. And I'm like, great, go for it. Like, is it $250? Like, we'll pay the $250. I didn't know at the time the remote was called a pickle. I thought he was saying the situation that we're in.
Which is kind of true.
It fit. Either way, it fit. But I was like, what in the world? I was like, I
Why are
didn't
you
think
calling it a
he would
pickle?
say, hey, we're in a pickle.
So there's no solution. So we end up changing.
There's no
the-
solution for the stage set design,
Yeah.
for sure.
The guy came to do the stage set. He was leaving. He wouldn't spend the night. They were talking about, well, maybe we can get something in the morning. So we go plan. I don't even know if it'd be B, C, D, E, maybe Z. We figured out
It's on down the list.
the
for
guy
sure.
that does the stuff for us is very talented, very great, easy to work with. So we ended up drilling holes in the wall, which I'm surprised we haven't got billed for yet.
Oh, no doubt.
But they're like, oh, we'll just put screws in the wall. And I'm like, no, we get billed for everything we mess up. Please don't mess anything up. So they do.
Somebody saw a staple in the wood, like in the wall, and was like, oh, we can drill into it. They put staples into it.
Yep. So he gets his like even further behind because what he's now doing is it was supposed to look like, if you can go, there's pictures out somewhere. It's supposed to look like the word echo. So each letter had 7 letters, I think.
Yeah.
And they're 6 foot tall, maybe, or were they taller than that? 8
Yeah.
foot tall, 7, 8 foot tall.
7 or 8 foot tall.
So he's having to climb up on a ladder with these huge
Not easy to carry.
letters, right, and screw them in to make them look like they're overlapping and echo. And so he's later than he's supposed to
Yeah.
be. Well, then we can't get the truss, still can't get the truss down that night because we needed to hang lights on it.
Right.
So they say like 8 o'clock in the morning, or by 9 o'clock, I think it was, we'll have the thing for you. So all of that got pushed way behind.
Plus, the sound where we were supposed to hang the speakers, from the conversation that the sound guy had with the guy at the venue, like I did that. don't you?
Yeah.
He basically told him wrong of how he was going to be able to hang the stuff, and so he wasn't able to hang it like he thought he was, and so that took a lot longer.
Oh, yeah, that did.
Plus, we're having these conversations about the lights and the truss. We're trying to figure all this stuff out. But the way the lights, the letters ended up being put on the stage, I think it worked out better than what it would have been.
Yeah.
Because we would have blocked out half of our stage.
Right.
So I think it worked out well in the end. I think it worked out for us. But in the moment of, we got to get all this stuff off the truck. Okay, now it's all off the truck and it's just scattered all throughout this daggum room. Now we got to get the things up that needs to be up. I know at one point I look in the lobby and I see it's lit up like crazy. There's lights everywhere. And then I look over again and there's like string lights. You know how like you dangle them? And apparently that wasn't supposed to be like that. So I look again and there ain't no lights in that room.
Take it all off.
The other people, like other little pockets, are getting frustrated as well if things not working just right. But in the end, it worked. We got it figured out.
It did. So then once the next morning hit, things were rocking and rolling. Lights came up and everything was able to go as planned once celebration hit. Now we're still tweaking lights and setting things and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But for the most part, it was ready to go and camp began and we rocked and rolled. So some highlights of camp. We're going to jump into some highlights here. Some shocking, some never thought would happen. Other things are celebrations of things that happened throughout camp. So the first thing was tug of war is a big thing at kids camp.
It is a highlight of everybody's camp. Whether you win or not, like tug of war is a big deal.
Everybody looks forward to it. You're split into teams. This is the first team competition. We have groups, even this past year.
Oh, yeah.
Bring cleats, gloves. I think one of the teams even did research on the best way to pull.
They literally had done research and practiced 2 Wednesday nights before they came to camp, which I'm all for, brother. I love it.
Oh yeah.
Like if you care that much about it and like let's go.
They did.
You know,
and
if you get frustrated about somebody caring, you obviously care too.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I want to win, but I
that.
don't want to win that bad.
You wish you had to put cleats on your packing list.
So the team that did all of this happens to be on the rope. We're probably middle ways through, I would think.
We're getting to the end.
We're getting pretty close. And it's the red team and the orange team. They both pick up the rope. They yell go, and within, I think it's like 7 seconds.
Oh, my goodness.
Of them going. We have the videos.
So watching the video, I don't think I paid attention to how quick it was.
Oh, it was quick.
It was quick. I knew it was quick, but I didn't know 7 seconds.
I think it was about 7 seconds. They begin to pull, and you hear a pop. And
it was loud,
It
too.
was. The rope broke. Like, this is like 1.5 inches. Well, I don't know what kind of rope it is. Threaded, braided, I don't know.
Nylon, something.
Snaps in half. Both teams go flying.
Which, typically, if a team goes flying, that means you win.
Right.
If a team is, you wind up on your back, not forward. You wind up on your back, you won.
Right. You mean the
both
other team.
teams now thinking they won.
Right.
They're not sure what's going on.
So everybody's up looking and going, what just happened?
Yeah.
Well, it broke. Snapped straight in half. Both teams go flying. So then we're standing there and we're like, what the heck? So all the men, of course, get together and everybody's standing out there and everybody's got an idea and somebody goes to start tying it. Then somebody else goes, well, if you tie these 2 knots, then it's pulling at 2 different points. And I don't even know. They had
Here's what I know. The guy who grabs the rope and says, hey, let's do it like this is an Army Ranger. And I'm thinking, all you other Indians need to be Indians and stop trying to be chiefs. Just let my man work.
Yeah.
You know, and in his defense, although it did break again, it didn't break out the knot.
Right. So he tied it somehow 2 points because he said if it's 2 points, then it'll be stronger and it's not going to pull something. So we tied it off. We got both teams back on the line, ready, go. And within probably 5 seconds, did it again, past one of the knots.
Yeah, further on down,
it popped again. And I was like, somebody's gonna get hurt.
Yeah.
Like, we can't keep doing this. So
Look, when Daniel Cook decides, hey, we could possibly get somebody hurt doing this, you probably should stop.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm thinking, should we keep going? And Daniel's like, I think somebody's going to get hurt. And I'm like, hey, cut it down. Grab the rope. Y'all too. Y'all grab them ropes. Get them out of here.
yeah.
Like,
We do a lot of stuff that probably look at and go, that may not be a good idea. But kids constantly just falling back on other kids, and so I broke.
some of those kids got cleats on.
Some of them got cleats on. I just remember when I was little, I went to kick a soccer ball. This was before my surprisingly athletic days, and I went to kick a soccer ball, and somehow I missed the soccer ball and went to fall backwards, and I landed set on the soccer ball, but I went to catch myself, and I broke my arm. And I'm thinking, all these kids, they're gonna fall. Somebody's gonna stick their hand down. They're gonna break an arm. They're gonna fall on each other.
Maybe they're a little more athletic than you were at that time.
They might have been, but then we could have never thought it would happen. Now so we went to the rock paper scissors.
Yeah, last week we learned.
The change.
Last week we learned that was the worst.
It was
decision.
the worst. and when you never thought, hey, we need a plan B in case it breaks.
Plus, in that moment, one, it's hot. Two, you got a schedule to keep.
Right.
Like we can't take 10 minutes to set up another game.
Right.
We got to do what the next best thing is. Now, what we should learn from it is we should always have a backup game.
A backup plan.
Just in case. That's easy to set up.
Again. Yeah. So that was tug of war. That was something that
But
I
we
never
got
thought
another
happened.
we got another rope. So we should have a good, another 15 years out of this one.
Yeah, until we put it in the tug of war at youth in a ditch of water.
We didn't use our rope. They had a rope for it.
Oh, okay.
That's their rope.
Okay, because I'm thinking, there's a new rope. It's now soaking wet and going to dry out and then break again.
Our rope is stupid long. That one wasn't that long.
Okay. So that happened.
So this whole time you've been thinking we used our rope?
Yeah, I wasn't paying attention. I just figured they.
Oh yeah, you wasn't there. We'll get there next week.
No, that's next week. So that was the rope broke. Some good things that did work. Every year we do object lessons that go along with the kids stuff, and all of them worked.
All of them actually worked this year, which is unique.
It is.
I don't think a lot of times I don't think the people know that they don't work, or they don't work how we intended for them to work. But we always have them not work in some way, and it's best when it's not Luke, because I don't do good under pressure with making you think that this is how it was supposed to go. You and Daniel, and you and Matt, and even T.O. last year. He did something last year that didn't work, and he just rolled with it.
Yeah.
And I don't think on my feet like that.
So we always try, like last year we did the balloon drop. That didn't work. Now, if there was something that didn't work, the confetti cannons didn't shoot the confetti. It kind of just all went straight up and more than out. Like it wasn't like a packed shot that went out over the crowd. It was more just sitting in a cannon, and it kind of just shoot straight up. So that would be something, but nobody knew what it was supposed to look like. So
even the guys running it wasn't real sure what it was supposed to look like.
Right. They went, "Y'all want confetti cannons?" We're like, "Sure," and they've never used them before, so then they learned. But it did.
Now they know, and now we know.
Now they know. So yes, everything went well with that.
We had a little bit of a different setup this year. We had cameras that were ours that had the PTZ. It was different, and so that was a little bit of a learning curve on the setup.
Right.
I'm frustrated because this thing ain't working the way that I think it's supposed to be.
Right.
But then I finally figured out, I'm not the best delegator, because I know how it needs to be done. I'll just do it.
Right.
And I finally let other people help me, and it worked out well. Worked out well.
Yeah, so the cameras did. We purchased new cameras this year. We wasn't able to get the computer because Apple drug their feet on the computer, which things worked without the computer. So that wasn't really a big deal. But we did have new cameras that helped and gave us without having to borrow stuff and all that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So that was good.
When we do get the computer, we're going to be able to do more with the video stuff. But it wasn't like it was didn't work or
Right.
a letdown or anything like that.
Another good point or good thing from camp, which this was coming from children's pastors in a meeting, they said the curriculum was more on point this year it connected well this year. They were pleased with the curriculum. We have Amy Young, who now is in Enterprise, writes our small group stuff for us. We send her what we're doing in services and ideas of, hey, this is where we would like to see these connect. She writes the small group stuff, sends it back to us. We send it out. But the whole planning and writing of camp takes a full year.
Oh, yeah.
We meet, we come up with ideas and themes, and then we find object lessons and ways to teach it. And sometimes you look at the stuff and go, I'm not real sure how this is all going to come together.
A lot of times you
A
look at
lot
the
of
stuff and
times.
think, I don't know how this is going to come together. Oh, and looking back at this past year we meet most Tuesdays. There's a lot of time that is set aside to go over a lot of this stuff.
Right.
Some of it's not just curriculum based, but my point is, in years past, we meet on MLK weekend that Monday.
Right.
That's it.
Yeah.
And this year we had a whole planning weekend. It's 2 full days of planning versus just the one.
Right.
And I think it showed. I think it was.
Yeah.
Because we also did a couple other things from that weekend that were brand new, like the VIC,
Right.
Very Important Chaperone. I think people loved that and genuinely felt appreciated.
Right.
Not just like, hey, here's your little something to satisfy you. Like, we genuinely wanted them to know, like, we care about you. Y'all are awesome. Camp don't work without you.
Right.
And for the most part, I think it was felt. That was felt. Like,
It was.
We
I
got
believe-
that across. Like, there was a lot of a couple of new things this year that seemed
Came
to
out of
go
that
very
weekend.
well. Yeah, and it came out of that
Yeah.
weekend.
So you're pulling videos, like we write the material, and then we try to find supporting things to go along with it, videos, songs. There was a little struggle, harder connecting echo, like video-wise,
Yeah.
getting those to go, but
The concept that we would come up with to make a video that we thought, oh, just go find this video. And in past, that's how we've been able
Right.
to do it. This year we had to go and create those things,
right.
which you make videos, I make videos, Levi makes videos, but we're not professionals. You know what I mean?
And Johnny makes most of the videos.
Well, then Johnny comes in and he does stuff that I don't think about.
Right.
That the three of us don't think about. And so it's like, hey, brother, you got to
got
do this,
it.
man. And he's like, what other videos I need to make? I was like, brother, you got a list.
You got all of them. Thanks for using your giftings.
We
to
can
make
do
videos.
we can do the simple ones. The ones that's got to be created for service. Yeah, brother, that's you.
Right. And that's hard. Like we pray about it. We have a list of topics of, hey, what do we want the theme?
Yeah.
And so you pray about that, but then you have to come up with the days of that, and then you have to come up with the material. And it's kind of, do you go with, oh, well, this is a theme that we could find a lot of videos on, but then you got to maybe have a little bit harder time connecting things to it, or
Yeah.
do you go with a theme that's like, hey, this is easy for kids to understand, and we hope we can find videos that
Right.
support it.
Well, I think the way it worked out this year, the biblical content was what drove most of it.
Yeah.
Not that I'm saying that we don't care about the Bible in the past years. I'm just saying, like, that was why it was so easily connected.
Yeah.
They're out there on the rec field, and they're one kid's being ugly to another kid.
Wow.
All right.
We just had a loss of lights in the
If
studio.
you're listening, the pause was because I thought a ghost was coming in here. I don't even know what I was talking about now.
So it was relatable, connectable
Oh, yeah, yeah.
throughout camp.
They're saying on the rec field, kids being a jerk, whatever, and they're saying, hey, are you echoing Jesus? Are you echoing love? Are you echoing
Right.
whatever? And it's like, oh, man, like all of that was super applicable.
Yeah.
Whereas it was, I mean, I thought it was we had the most like scripture in this one than in years past.
Well, and I think my thing with it, I thought it was good, was we really didn't talk. We did talk about echo, but it wasn't echo as in a sound bouncing off something and coming back. We looked at it like an image, like
Right.
that is a reflection, but also we took it as, hey, that's an echo of what you see.
Yeah, but echo sounds better than reflect.
Right. Well, but then we did like the ball bouncer, and it bounces off like
Yeah.
that is what an echo does. It bounces off something.
Which I think
So-
is what made it so impactful, that it wasn't just this one
Right.
niche thing. It
Yeah.
applied, universally.
Yeah.
almost.
Yeah, so that was, I mean, we had some good feedback from children's pastors of how it connected and related and those kind of things. The big night of why we do camp, Salvation Night. So we do salvation. We're not going to go in. We've talked about this before. We don't raise a hand and repeat after me and everybody's saved.
Yeah.
We give the kids the opportunity. It's very clear. If you want to go talk to your leader, go outside and talk to. We raise your hand. Your leader's looking at you, trying to make sure they see you. You're going to go to the back of the room and find them, and then you're going to go outside and talk to your person, which we know in those conversations, sometimes those go great and kids are ready to make the decision. Sometimes kids just want to get up and walk out. Sometimes the kid's not ready yet. So we don't have a number today of this many people got saved at camp.
Yeah.
I know from the children's pastors meeting, there were some stories shared the next day. That number probably got to about 15, just hearing people say, I had 1, I had 3, I had 2, or whatever.
Yeah.
So I don't have a final number. But so we do the invitation and we give the opportunity. And then I always sneak out the back door because
Same.
we got to kind of see how, like, not just looking to go, ooh, did anybody come outside, but like the flow of service, the worship team needs to keep singing, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So I walk around the corner and people want to hate on me for getting emotional and crying. I walk around the corner, Aaron's tearing up, Luke's tearing up. Then another leader just gets done talking to a kid. He walks up, he's tearing up, and I'm sitting here going, y'all make fun of me all the time and want to make jokes about me, but I just walk around the corner, kids just got out here, and all y'all standing over there tearing up.
I wasn't even tearing up, brother. I was crying. I can't even pretend. And I don't hate on you because I'll be crying. I can't help it. It is what it is. Especially if I see a grown man cry. Oh, bro, it gets me, man. It gets me. But as you're telling the story, I got a little one right here. Like it was good stuff, man.
Well, it is.
As I walked around the corner, I see one of my students with her mom, who's sharing. I mean, that was cool. My nephew is over here giving his life to the Lord. Like it was a cool moment, man.
Yeah. So and it
Excuse me while I wipe my eye.
Yeah, really. Like that is why we do camp, and that is like to see that all the work for a year comes to that night, and it's not just that night. Like I'm not, if no kid walked out, like I really think if nobody gives their life to Jesus at a camp, then it's not a complete fail. But like that's why you do this.
Well, even at the same time, like we understand that ain't nothing but the beginning for that kid's life.
That's right.
You know, like their journey is beginning with the Lord that night, and so it's like, it's not the finish line. It's not the Super Bowl. It's not, we did it. It's the tears are excitement of another one into God's kingdom.
Right.
But two, like they're a brother, they're a sister now,
Right.
Yeah. It's just cool.
Yeah, it is. And to see that you plan for a year, you hope that things work and come together, the stress, the worry, the late nights, all of those, I say complaints of rooms don't work or T-shirts or whatever it is that you're dealing with, all for the year getting up to that moment, and then to see a life changed and a kid surrender their life. It's just, I mean,
well, on top of that, I know how I feel when you have an event and you're not the one speaking. Like, you don't you said, hey, this is the topic, but you don't have any control over what they're going to say because you're not the one speaking.
Right.
There's 3 speakers up there.
Yeah.
So as the things are being written with 3 different people in mind, the first speaker wasn't who it was written for because he wasn't able to be there.
Right.
So, you know, there's a little bit of communication of, hey, are you good? Like, you got the content, whatever. And it's like, yeah, we're good. And it's out of your control.
Right.
And then I imagine you feel that way about me too, as I'm speaking. There's nothing you can do. Then,
Right.
then I'm done, and now it's on you. And so it's one message being shared by 3 different people. And so that's a lot. That's gotta come together. And there's a lot of trust in the people that are speaking. That
Right.
it's gonna
Yeah.
we're gonna say what the Lord tells them to say.
That's
Like if
right.
I don't say what's on this paper, I hope I'm trusted in that you said what was needed to be said.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so it's a lot that
It
goes
is.
into it.
And I think obviously the anchoring point of it all is for a year, like this is being prayed over.
Oh yeah.
Like the content is not just something we sit down and we pull up and go, hey, this is what we're going to do.
Right.
Like we're praying over camp, we're praying over the material. We pray, obviously, and every other camp does too. It's not anything that we do, but before service, every service, we're like seeking God, and like all of those things, like it is heavily bathed in prayer and led by the Holy Spirit. And then when all of it comes together, you just see, wow, when we get out of the way, when we lay aside what we want done and our desires, and we follow Him, like as we said time and time again, there's no stopping or putting a limit on what God can do to a group of people.
It's cool to see the heart behind all of the things that we do, that there is that joy, that it's not a prideful, arrogant, look what I did,
Right.
but look what God did.
Right.
You know, that it's being on staff is a special thing. As much as the people love attending, you know what I mean? It's
Right.
like being on staff is a whole nother animal.
It is, and that leads us to the next part. So we did a commercial, and this is going to be brief because I know we're running out of time. But we did a guy came in to do a commercial, and he was talking about what is special about Merge and the impact that you're making and all that. And those are, like we just talked about, why we do what we do. But as I was trying to come up with a way to talk about how special the staff was.
Yeah.
Like that is like Merge camps happen twice a year.
Yeah.
But the Merge staff is family, and we get together and plan and all those things. But then also seeing staff members grow in their roles at Merge, to where they begin to take responsibility. Like that, to me, like Salvation Night is why we do what we do.
Yeah.
But the joy that comes from Merge, for me, probably more is the staff.
Oh, no doubt.
Like being on staff, being with everybody, working together, like that is the highlight of camp outside of Salvation Night. And I know some people are like, oh, it should be Salvation. And it is, but it's the staff is Merge.
Well, there's so many names that come to my mind that we could probably say something about everybody, but we're not going to because we don't have the time. But Levi last year, or I think it was 2 years ago, said, I want to make the game time video.
Yeah.
And he does that. And then last year he came up with the theme.
Right.
You know, this year he danced, acted, and spoke.
Right.
And it's like the opportunity for you to step out and to operate inside of your gifting at camp is there. You know, Melissa had to leave LJ, and Dakota stepped up and played a different role.
Right.
And, you know, Jonathan, who came last year for the first time for a specific role,
Right.
you know, comes back, does the same thing, kills it. You know, it's like there's so many people and there's so many different giftings
Right.
that are there at camp. And all this goes back to I think it's Henry Blackaby that said, God's at work, find where he's working and join him.
Right.
Like quit trying to make it so specific to you. Like God's at work, go join what God's doing.
Right.
And I think that most of them have that mindset,
Right.
you know, and it's evident in how their role kind of changes.
Right.
You
Well,
know?
and then I think of Ty Smith, who
I was about to say that too.
went off to college. He's not around here, but he didn't think he was going to be able to come to camp, so he kind of said, "Hey, I don't think I'll make it." A couple of weeks before camp, he said, "Do you got a spot for me?"
Yeah.
Of course. So
Yeah.
he comes, and we're trying to find a spot for him. He used to be color captain.
Right.
Now we're putting him with Johnny and Matt to go, hey, learn how to do color games and learn how to help with rec in a different way so you can begin to move along the path as well.
Yeah.
And I had a conversation with some people, which we'll get into youth camp, of they're getting kind of older
Yeah.
to be a college leader because they're getting married and having jobs. How can they then rotate back into a different position to continue to grow in their role with Merge? So
Well, funny enough, that's the biggest need we have at youth camp.
college leaders, that is hard. Yes. But
we need those college leaders, and then the Ty
Adults.
Smiths, the adults that are still young and, you know, can be that gopher. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Yeah.
You know, like that's their role.
yeah. Yeah, so the staff is, and seeing, we mentioned some people, this year there was a conversation of how do we move people, or how do we find people, like Levi's easy because he's my son and we can have a conversation and spend time with him and kind of develop him into doing different things. But how do we tap into the other teenagers or
Yeah.
college leaders that have been, let's say, color game people, but now how do we tap into them to go, hey, do you want to do more?
Yeah.
Can we help you to take that next step? Because if you look back over Merge all along, you have people like even J.D. Harwick, you have T.O., you have people who started as just help,
Yeah.
and then they ended up speaking.
Yeah, that's how
And now
Joe
they're in
feels.
ministry.
Like, how did I end up being the admin lady? She had to step up and do a whole role that she's not naturally the, hey, let me call and figure this out for you.
Right.
You know, it's like, hey, I have a doctor's appointment tomorrow that I can't go to. Will you call for me? That's what she's telling me. And then, like, this lady needs towels. Yeah, you got to call Shaco's office and tell them that you need
Right, you
towels
need
for
that.
this room. Like,
Right.
you can do it. And she killed it.
She
you know?
did. She
And
did a great job.
a
She stepped
great
in.
job. And, like, there are a lot of those. Like, some of it we just got to, like Joe, just throw them
'em
into
in
it. And then there's others that, you know, kind of like it worked with Levi. You have that conversation. It's like, hey, I do this. So one of the things that I saw this year is the merch, like designs and things like that. There's a lot of good ideas
Right.
that I told two or three different girls, put it on paper.
Yeah.
You put it on paper, we can make it happen. Otherwise, it just is complaining. But outside of that, like, you want to be, like, you want to help in that world, in that way. You want to serve in that role, like, serve.
Right.
Put it on paper. Let's make this happen.
Right.
You know, because I'm trying to throw some of them into the fire too. You know, like, I ain't no t-shirt designer.
Yeah,
look at my
neither.
look at my shirt.
Yeah, and that's the cool thing is when you hear people who want to do more
Yeah.
and who have ideas. And I promise you, you come up to me with an idea, like it happened, which we'll talk about next week at youth camp. Couple of college leaders had an idea, had a thought. It morphed into something not exactly like they thought it was going to be,
Right.
but because they said, "Hey, this is something we see that we think could be a benefit." We talk about it, we make it happen, and like part of it, like, and you kind of mentioned it before with Levi, maybe not on this podcast, but like he came up with the theme last year,
Yeah.
and if he cares enough about it and God gave him that theme, it may not be the best idea ever, which it was a good theme,
It was.
but like we'll put it to use just because we want to show you, like, when you come up with things and you
Yeah.
allow God to work through you, like, this can happen.
Yeah.
And we'll make it happen and we'll make the best of it. And
Well, me and you had that conversation. You were like, I don't want to make this the theme just because he's my son. I was like, I don't care whose kid he is.
right.
Like, if a teenager is going to care enough to say, not just, hey, this word would be a cool theme, but had a word, had a verse,
Right.
and had 3 days
Yeah.
worth of points and scripture to go with all those. Now, we tweaked some of those, you
Right.
know, like there was things were modified and changed and whatever. But if a teenager is going to say, hey, I I've thought about this. I've prayed about this. I care about this. Like merge means this to me, and they
Yeah.
hand that to us. Why would we not?
Right.
Like,
Yeah. And we did.
absolutely yes.
So that's the cool thing. It was the staff is, if you haven't picked up on it, is people look forward to camp because they get to be with their people.
Oh, no doubt.
We have a thing. The board, Matt Law sends out a Bible verse and a little thought every Monday of, hey, this is things you can pray for, or keep going, encouraging type thing. But getting everybody together, serving together, work, and even like when we got together at Johnny's and we played kickball,
Yeah.
like some of the funnest times of the summer of the year is when the merge staff gets together and
No doubt.
just hangs out.
That's right.
So any other highlights, any other, on the way home from camp, we mentioned it. I get ready to pull out of Shaco. We got a 2-hour drive home, and a check engine light comes on. And I call Luke, and I'm like, hey, what's going on here? Like, is this something we need to worry about? He's like, well, stop at the stop sign, and we'll check the oil. So stop at the stop sign.
How much oil was in that thing?
I don't even know if it registered on the stick.
I've never in my life, after a vehicle has been running, pulled the dipstick out and there's literally nothing on it. Never
Nothing.
in my life. But I grab that napkin and I'm like, oh, this ain't good, Daniel.
So if I wouldn't have stopped, I wouldn't have made it very far.
Look, I knew. So if you get into, it's not as old as I thought. Again, if you get into an older vehicle and there's a thing of oil sitting right there, you know it either
Right.
leaks or it burns it up.
Right.
You know, so it had that. We should have checked it before we left. It's been sitting for a hot minute, about 5 days. I should have checked it, and I didn't. So when you said the check engine light came on, I was like, oh, I ain't got no oil, and it's gone.
And it did not. It was gone.
But we made it back. You were hot, but we made it
Still
back.
no air
made it
conditioning.
back.
It was
worked.
hot. It rained a little bit on the way home.
So that cooled you down some.
Grant's tire started going. His tire light came on the way home in another vehicle.
A different vehicle.
So we had to stop for that. But we made it home. And all in all, kids camp was a huge success.
How many years have we been operating?
Since 2012. So that'd be 14 years, but
Minus
the
one
COVID year.
'cause of COVID.
So 13 years.
So it took us 13 years to figure out how to have, like, it's like the color captains, how to have somebody over each kind of area. It felt like this year was the smoothest that
Yeah.
all of that kind of ran.
Yeah.
There was not, it wasn't that they had to go to you for every single
Right.
thing, every single detail. I felt like this year was the best year of that,
Right.
operation wise.
Operational.
That it was,
It was.
you had key people in each category, and they go to them and
Right.
make it work.
And they
Allowed
did.
me the opportunity to stay inside Ricker for an entire day without coming out of there, unfortunately, because of the stupid presenter. But anyways.
But it was very operational wise, administration wise, all that went very well. People did their thing and things flowed, and Christmas in July went off
Oh, great.
great.
Much better than last year,
Yeah.
having all the rain. and all
Right.
that.
The shaving cream fight was great. Wreck was great. Like all in all, other than the rope breaking, everything went very well
Yeah.
for kids camp. So if you're looking, we'd love for you to join us. We do have our dates for next year, July 5th through the 8th. Then in 2028, we're going to drop back to the 10th of July. So this year it is next year will be very close to the 4th, but it's kind of way Shaco does their calendar. But we would love for you to have us, to join us. I will say kids camp will fill up fast.
Yeah, well.
If you are thinking about coming, we will announce the dates. We'll put it on social media of when registration will open. But you better get your numbers in quickly, because that one will fill up. And we have trouble getting more room at Shaco. So make sure that if you want to come, you sign up quickly. But if you want to support the ministry, if you hear these stories and you're like, hey, that's something I want to be a part of, we do open up for staff. We bring in new staff every year. We also need the support financially to be able to continue to buy things and function the way that we do. We will have a fundraiser banquet in February, but you can donate on our website, merge-ministries.com. There's a donate tab that will tell you how to donate. And then if you want to give comments, if you went to camp, have a story about camp, we'd love to hear those. mergeministries12@gmail.com. Reach out, and we are back. We should be recording every week now, putting those back.
Should be.
Glad to be back. Should be. Usually we get those out.
Lord willing, and the creek don't rise.
Yeah. Next week, we're going to look at youth camp. We'll talk about all things youth camp, kind of like we did for kids camp this week. So make sure you're paying attention to the podcast and join us back next week as we look at youth camp. But we hope you have a great week. If you've been encouraged, let us know. If you want to be a part, let us know. Or if you just want to say, hey, let us know.
Let us know.
Until then, have a great week, and we will see you next week.
See you. Bye.